Welcome to the Light and Dark podcast. I'm your host, Sam Renfro. In this podcast, we'll explore what it means to be fully human, embracing all aspects of the human experience, the light and the dark. We'll discuss all things health and wellness, spirituality, and everything in between. And I'll share all of the impactful tools and lessons that I've learned on this planet so far. The light is within you. Can you feel it? Okay. Welcome back to the Light and Dark podcast. Thank you for being here. As always, I so appreciate you. And I wanted to start today with heart-brain coherence. So if you have a minute, you're not driving, and you'd like to tune in, what we're going to do is we're going to place our right hand on the middle of our chest and our left hand on top of the head, right on your crown. And we're just going to take 6 breaths, 3 through the mouth and 3 through the nose. And as we do this, we're going to visualize the energy coming from our heart all the way up to the head, and from the head all the way down to the heart, bringing the two into balance here. So let's do it together, breathing through the mouth here. Through the nose and out the mouth. And you can place your left hand on top of your right. Just take one more deep breath in through the nose and let it go. So now that we are here in this space, in our bodies, I wanted to talk about boundaries. So boundaries has been something that has been showing itself to me and asking me to work with for really strongly in the last couple months, all year specifically, but the last couple months it's been really intensely coming into my field. And so I wanted to kind of break down what I consider boundaries to be, how I'm working with them, and then how I see them playing into my future, if you will. And that kind of, like, we might as well start with the past, because what are a lack of boundaries? Why is there a lack of boundaries? And I don't want to go too deep into this, but essentially a lot of us, and I know I'm not alone here, so I'm saying a lot of us, but specifically me, I've always had a hard time saying no, and I've always been kind of the go-to guy. I've always been a go-with-the-flow kind of person. I've always been, yeah, sure, whatever you need, I'm there for you. Oh yeah, we can go do that. We can eat that, or yeah, whatever. What do you want? What always what the other person wants. Never wanting to be a burden. Never wanting to add any extra stress, and that happens. It happens enough times in your life, and then you start realizing that you've stopped making decisions for yourself because you don't want to upset anybody else. And it's a perfectly logical thing to do, but it creates this pattern of kind of not outsourcing, but really not giving yourself what you need. And this has been coming up a lot because when you do that enough times, you start to feel some emotions come up. And when you're doing a lot of work, whether it be physical movement or energy work or emotional work, whatever it is that you are doing to kind of help yourself, sometimes, especially right now, the emotions can start to surface in a really uncomfortable way. And a lot of that has been showing itself in the form of anger and resentment. And it's usually, I've been noticing a lot when it's like someone will ask me something and immediately I'll say, oh yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, of course. And then as soon as the interaction's kind of over, then all of a sudden I start feeling this like internal heat come up and this anxiety being like, why did you do that? And it was subtle at first, and then it's been growing and growing, and I'm like, wow, okay, I'm really noticing, like, I didn't want to say yes in that moment, but it was such like a knee-jerk reaction, it's like so totally unconscious. And then you start to realize, oh, okay. And then once you realize, you're like, oh, actually, this is harder than I thought to break those patterns, because then you start, well, what are they going to think about me if I say no? Oh, I don't want to cause any kind of issues for anyone. And like, I just want everything to go smoothly. Okay, so a lot of this starts to come up where you're like, whoa, this is really deep. Like, this is deep-seated stuff. And so without going too far into what's been coming up, really understanding what are boundaries and why can they help you and why are they coming up so strongly in my life. It's like, okay, cool. The mantra that I've been working with is saying no creates more space for the light to say yes. And I'm going to say it again. Saying no creates space for the light to say yes. So understanding that when you give people a loving boundary, they know where you stand. They know how to treat you. It's kind of like a framework, and it's nothing negative at all. Even though it may seem that way to you or to me or to some people, it's actually saying, oh, actually no, I'm good. Like I don't partake in that. I don't think that way. I don't or actually just showing yourself more authentically in the first place. Like, oh, actually I like this, or I do this instead, and kind of reframing it. But it gives not only the people around you, not only you, but also the divine, the creator, a sense of who you are, and more importantly, who you're not. So when you start to do this and you start to work with this more and more, it's showing literally everything and everyone a little bit more of what direction you're going. So with the mantra, saying no creates space for the light to say yes, you have to say no to the things that you maybe once said yes to out of fear or out of lack, because that was that got you to where you were in the moment, and it probably got to you to where you are right now. But if you're trying to go somewhere else, if you're trying to go somewhere, let's say better, if you want to upgrade, up level, and you want to step into the next version of yourself, the only way to do that is to let some of these things fall away, the things that are not in alignment with you. And it can be a bit of a painful process, but it takes some courage to say, oh, actually I'm not the person that I was a year ago. I'm not the person that I was 5 years ago. I'm not the person that I even was 6 months ago. Or 6 days ago, realistically, right? Because our energy is constantly moving forward. It's like constantly our cells are reorganizing themselves into what it is that we are now, what it is that we want to be, where we're going. And so it's like this internal compass. If you can get past the uncomfortability, and I'm talking to myself when I say this, but if we can get past the little trials and you say, okay, I'm going to actually start to say no a little bit. In the process, what happens is you start to get really good at listening to your body. What does my body want? Do I actually want to do that? Am I excited about that thing? Does that feel good to me? And you start to pay attention, and maybe it takes a second where you might have to tell people, let me get back to you. Or maybe it's not saying yes, but it's just saying, I'm not sure right now, and let me check in and feel that out, and then I'll get back to you. And that's okay. That's a step in the right direction. But it starts you to get to notice how you feel, and then you're using this technology as a way to really understand yourself deeper and say, okay, I really like that thing. I don't know why, but I got to do that. And then the energy that you have starts to formulate itself to go to that direction. And then on the flip side, it says, okay, I really don't like that thing. I really don't know why I said yes to that. Or instead of being kind of angry at yourself or resentful towards somebody else in the moment of you getting caught in a situation you didn't want to be in, you can start to say, oh, well, that's just not who I am anymore. That's just not what I want to do in this moment. Or let me honor myself a little bit by saying, okay, it doesn't matter who is around me. It doesn't matter if my mom thinks that I should be this way, or if this is what I've done for 10 years and my best friend thinks that I should do that because that's who I am. If it's not in alignment with who I am right now, then it doesn't matter, and we have to let these things fall away so that we can have the things that are for us come in. And if we're continually making decisions based on who we were, we're just going to get the same thing. And we're just going to stay stuck in the places that we are right now. And if you love where you are, if you love every single aspect, 100% of who you are right now, I applaud you. You are amazing. And I strive to get there. And even if I was there, I'd want to say, okay, this is awesome. I love where I'm at, and I know there's more waiting for me, because there always is. But if you're a little bit frustrated, a little fed up, a little anxious or eager to kind of step into something new and you're not quite sure what it's going to look like yet, try this. Start practicing saying no once a day. And it could be no to watching TV. It could be no to that thing that you usually eat, or the thing that you listen to every morning. Or it could be, it could be really, really small, or it could be the very obvious thing that you're doing every day that maybe somebody asks you to do every day. And unconsciously you just say yes because that's what you've always done. So starting to kind of understand from the little things, working your way, and at the same time noticing in your body what feels like a yes, what feels like a no, because it can get very confusing if you're not sure how your body feels, and this is where a lot of us start, and it's completely okay. This is a journey that I have been on, especially working with the fascia, unwinding the physical body, the emotions, the stuck patterns, comes with a lot of belief systems. And it also comes with the realization that there was a long time where I ignored most of what was happening in my body, unless it was kind of like the check engine light in your car that's kind of yelling at you, and it's like there, and it's like, okay, something's wrong, now we got to pay attention, maybe it's flashing, you're like, oh god, okay, I got to take this into the mechanic. We want to get to the point where we notice the little things of what's happening, how am I operating today before they become an issue. And these are things that I can help you, I can teach you to go a little bit deeper if you're interested in something like that. But just starting to pay attention to the cues is really what I want you to notice. And when we can start to do this, then we're freeing up space. And I'm kind of laughing because this is what I talk about in my fascial maneuvers class all the time, is we're here to free up more space. But when we can free up more space in our lives, then the creator can come in and say, oh, okay, yeah, they're ready. They obviously said enough times that they don't want that thing anymore, and so that means they're ready for something new. The creator wants to give us all of these blessings, all of these beautiful, amazing gifts that are just waiting for us. I talk about the light surrounding our physical body, our aura, if you will, constantly, engulfing us. It's this surrounding light that we're learning how to pull inwards. And all these blessings are waiting for us. All we got to do is bring them in. So when we can clear out some of the things that we're keeping our vessel dark, if you will, for in this context, the light and the dark, we're freeing up some of the darkness, letting it leave so we can let the light in. And then the creator says, okay, now let's move on to the next set of blessings, the next set of lessons. And this comes with you leveling up, and it feels a little bit scary to the nervous system because it's like this uncomfortable, uncertain path, yet it's everything that you want. It's like, I don't want what I have anymore. And it's kind of the place that I'm in. I have a lot of ideas, and I have a feeling, I have visions of where I'm going, but I'm not exactly sure how it's going to look. And I actually don't necessarily think I have to plan every minute of it out, because it's always going to be better than we think. I don't think we have to do that. But if we can start using this spiritual technology of boundaries, it becomes our compass to say, okay, we're not going in that direction anymore. And it's okay if we don't know which direction we are going. But we start to tune in. Okay, that's a yes. Cool. That's all I got to know in this moment. I know that it's a yes right now, which is going to lead me to the next set of yes or no. The next decision, the next, okay, yeah, that feels good. Ooh, okay, maybe not. Okay, cool. But we're going in that direction, and maybe it's a potential new job. Maybe the job feels good, but certain aspects don't. So if we say yes to the whole, no to the few little things. And it's like, I'm really starting to understand life is just a series of yeses and nos. That's all it is. It's just yeses and nos, and we get to be in the driver's seat, say, okay, are we going to go right? Or are we going to go left? Are we going to say yes? Or are we going to say no? And either way, we're being guided, we're directed to the path or to the destination that we are going to. It just depends on how long we want to take to get there. How long do we want the route to be? But if you can get good at saying no, saying yes, or knowing what to say yes to becomes a lot more clear. Everybody else knows how to treat you. They treat you the way you want to be treated. You are being brought opportunities that are for you, the ones you want in your highest alignment. And you'll clearly know which ones to say no to, which ones aren't for you, because it's just not who you are anymore. And this is where we are energetically right now. I was talking with someone earlier about the Schumann resonance. If you're not familiar, the earth has a resonance, and it's constantly kind of interacting with the sun and the light and all these things kind of around the earth. But there's been all of this activity, these heightened spikes in the Schumann resonance and solar flares, and I don't, we can go deep into all of that, but the whole point that I am sharing any of this is that so much light is being brought in, and what happens when we bring the light in is whatever is not in the light has to be cleared out. It has to be grounded in. And so I feel like collectively right now, a lot of people are going through this process of like, I'm not going in that direction anymore. I don't want that anymore. But I'm really not sure where I'm going. And it's totally fine because there is something bigger and better. We just can't see it yet. I truly, truly feel in my bones that this is all happening so we can get stronger and we can live from a much more fulfilling place, both in our own lives and in the world around us. And so, yeah, it's a little rocky. It's a little uncomfortable at the moment for many of us. But it's this necessary process that let things go, let things die, let things be stripped from you, because it's a good sign that something better is coming. And I could probably find 10 ways to say the same thing, and I probably already have. But yeah, coming back to this compass. Okay, cool. I don't have to know all the answers. I don't know how I'm going to get from point A to point Z. I don't even know how I'm going to create that thing that I keep knowing that is for me. But if I just keep saying yes or keep saying no to the things that feel good, keep listening internally, okay, cool. That's all we need to do. And if you need a little bit of help with that, you can say a prayer, you can ask your guides or your team or whatever you want to call it, whoever is following you around, listening, helping you, guiding you, assist you. That is always an option. Someone told me the other day, you have everything, you have all the help that you need. All you got to do is ask. You have these angels that are just watching over you, and they're just waiting to help. You just have to ask. So I've been working with really speaking out lately, using my voice, my vibrations that are coming out of my throat, and just saying, okay, I need a little assistance, or please assist me in this, whether it's to the creator or whatever. And if you need a little bit of help on the physical plane, I'm always here for you. I'm happy to help in any way. If you're looking for some practices, either physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, spiritually, I'm happy to help. You can always go to my website that is in the description, and would love to get to know you a little bit better and chat with you and help however I can. But really, I want this podcast to be practical tools, something that you can really start to integrate into your life, and know that this process is for you. Everything that is happening is for you. And with that, I will leave you to it. I will leave you to really internally know, yes, I want this, or no, I don't want that. And that's what we're here to do. A series of yeses and nos. So, again, thank you for being here, for doing your work, for your presence, for your support, and I will catch you in the next episode. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful week. See you soon.